happen when I'm working on my quilt during the day. When she's up. Where's the baby? Where's the baby? Where's mama's baby? Yeah, you like that, huh? You gone? Bye-bye. 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 Okay, I said I was going to show you how to tack on a piece of bedding. You see, you want to keep that really flat. That's really flat right there. And all I'm doing is just going from side to side with it. Just, I don't know if you can see that, but just go in one side, in the other. I make a few loose stitches. Don't worry about them being loose. And then I pull them tight. But I put my finger down there. Put my finger down like so. And I pull them tight. So, you never want to overlap it. Because then you're going to have, you know, a hump there. So you just want to make it as flat as possible. And one way to do is go from one end to the other. I'm not putting them together. I'm just going in one side, over to the other side. Maybe you can see that. Maybe I need to go in this one side right here. See, I'm going in that side, over to the other side. Now, I know most of you know how to do this, and then once you get it like that, you just put your finger on those stitches because you don't want to pull them. Just be yanking on them because they'll go all the way through. So you don't have to take a big bite. I take about that much. Can you see my needle in there? I don't know if you can see that. Well, the needle ain't in there, so I just go about, I don't know, what is that? It's not 1/8 of an inch, I don't think. But this is just how you do it, or how I do it. It's, like I say, I could have came to the machine here and pushed them together, just pushed them together and did a zigzag stitch, which would have kept it flat. But just you want to push them up together, side by side, and just sew them. And after I get so many stitches, I make sure I keep it flat. I don't overlap it. After I get so many stitches ain't got to be pretty because ain't nobody going to see them. And you ain't got to worry about it coming loose because if you do any quilting on your quilt, you are going to quilt that down, so it's not going to move. So I know I'm going to quilt on this border, so that's why I don't have a problem. And it's so close to the end, I may not even use it. But just to be on the safe side, I want to put it on here to make sure that it's there. And if I need it, I need it. If I don't, oh, that's a plus. But just keep them. I mean, while I'm sewing it, I don't keep it right together, touching each other. I don't so much worry about that. I just worry about it when I pull my stitches that I don't let it overlap. So I guess you could just kind of, I don't know, butt them up together. I wouldn't do that because then I would make a hump in it. I know I would make a hump in it if I keep them side by side or close to being side by side. Doesn't matter when you're stitching it, but you just keep your eye on the prize. That you just want them laid side by side, like two twins. And nobody even know that you did this. And if they looking that hard, that means your quilt, they done tore your quilt up. They done took it apart. And you should be very angry at somebody. And the key to this, if your thread get tangled, don't yank on it. Stop and see what's going on, because like I say, it will, you're not taking a big enough bite here. The thread will pull right on through it. So I'm just going from one side to the other. That's all. I hope this helps somebody. I know most of you quilters know how to do this and probably know how to do it a lot better than I'm doing it. But for the new people, this may be something that really helps them out. Like I always say, the only stupid question is a question you didn't ask and you still don't know. You know, that's the honest thing. Or silly, maybe I should say silly. Stupid is a harsh word. But people be like, oh, I have a stupid question. No, baby, you don't have a stupid question. You don't answer, then it's stupid, because you still don't know. Like my mom say, a closed mouth never get fed. So I'm a talker anyway, so I'm gonna ask 100 questions. You would think they would probably put me out of class. But if I don't know, I need to know. And that's what I'm here for. And somebody may comment and say it's a better way to do it, and that ain't gonna make me mad. They gonna teach me something while they teaching you something. So I never have a problem about somebody saying, well, maybe you ought to try this. Don't have a problem with that. I will try anything once. That means sewing. I ain't gonna try anything, but when it comes to sewing. And you may get off a little bit for some reason. All three of them I did. This is my last one. I got off a little bit. I just scratched it a little bit, or I just pushed it down. Don't matter. Like I say, nobody's gonna see this. So you can scratch that up. You can scratch this piece up. It will scratch. It's gonna be inside this border. It may not even be used. So it ain't no big deal, but it is an opportunity to show somebody. They'd be like, well, how do I tack them together? And I know your first thought is just lay it down, lay one piece on top of the other, and sew it. But if you do that, then you're going to have a hump. You're going to have a double binding there where you sewed it. See, I will get a little knot. And I had to take my time and pull that out. It's not a knot, it's just that the tail of that wrapped around the other one. But it's flat as a pancake, and nobody would even know it's there. Need to pull it a little bit. Now none of them has been this far off, but the one that I'm showing you tonight is off a lot. But we're not gonna worry about it, because once again, if I need to, I'll clip it off. I don't have a problem with doing that, because it does look like it's at an angle. Let me see. I'll clip that little bit off. Need some scissors. Got some right here in this drawer, but just ain't trying to reach them. And if it doesn't matter, it's all gonna be up there in your border. And at the beginning, I double knotted it, double stitched it so it didn't come loose. Like I'm gonna double stitch right here at the end. Because I don't want it to come apart while I'm sewing it. I want it to be secure. And I'm just gonna make a little knot in it. And I got got me a whole piece of bedding here. Binding is on my mind. Binding, bedding, all of those. I hope you can see that. I hope you can see how flat. Let me cut this light on so you can see that. Maybe you can see it. Can you see that? It's so white. But that is flat. I probably should have cut the light on when I was doing it, shouldn't I? But anyway, you just go from one side to the other, in and out, cross. So you can see my little stitches that goes across. No problem. Ain't no problem. But I hope that helps somebody out. And I will finish. I still got to tack this one down. I just got to here to tack it down. I'll tack it down and don't have that much tack down, see. I'll tack it down, then I'll sew the other side, sew these two sides. Remove this nail. I'll sew this together here, and then I will flip it. I'm thinking I may do a running stitch across here to make sure, but I'll be able to stick my arm in that tube. It's big enough so I can straighten it out. But that's what I wanted to show you because I said I would, and I wanted to go ahead and finish up. And I'll see you on my next step. We should be turning it and putting it on. So see you on my next step. All right, bye. All right, everybody. I am fixing this binding, closing it up. And I'm just going to do, this is my binding. I'm just going to do border. Told you I'm hung on that binding thing. This is my border. I'm closing up the other end here. And then I'm going to turn it. I'm going to turn the two fabrics, not the batting. There. Everybody doing all right tonight? I hope everyone is doing awesome. As you know, this video is going to be a couple of days. It's different days, so don't think I'm crazy by asking how everybody doing, because it's not the same day. I guess you could tell that by the clothes I got on too, couldn't you? Yeah. Everybody planning something for Mother's Day? I just came back from visiting my mother. I had doctor's appointments, and she actually got her Mother's Day gift from me today. My mother is 78 years old, and she works in her flower garden. She plants a garden every year. Well, her tiller went down. And I told my brother, I said, I'll go half with you. This was for her birthday. Her birthday is St. Patrick's Day. I said, I'll go half with you on the tiller for her birthday. Well, I left it up to him to order it. I don't know what he got, where he got it from, but she was not a happy camper with that thing. She said it was too little, it wasn't gonna dig, it wouldn't dig down. So, I thought, well, what am I gonna get her for Mother's Day? And I told my brother, I said, well, send that thing back, you know, and we'll do something else. So, as I was driving back to my daughter's house, I thought, let me see what's available at Home Depot and Lowe's so she can go fuss at somebody if it doesn't work. And so I got her tiller for her Mother's Day gift. My brother went and picked it up this morning for me. And he kept saying, oh, it's too big. She's not going to be able to handle it. I said, I looked at the video. She should be able to use it with one hand. It's a different, it's not old. And I said it's, he said, well, it's too heavy. I said, well, she ain't going to be toting it across the garden. It's going to be tilling. She can handle it. So he's got it, and he said, oh, yeah, I believe she can handle it. He said something about it having blades on the block, on the back, on the block. You know, I'm thinking about quilting. It's thundering. Storm just came up. And he said it should work pretty good. So he tested it out, and she's happy with it, and the whole nine. And so she got her a new tiller. I did not want to pay what I had to pay for it, because they had some that was pretty reasonable, but they wasn't available. So I wound up paying $700 for something she only uses once a year. But I got the warranty on it, 3-year warranty on it. But the thing is, I told her we will be selling it in her estate sale. We won't never have to buy another one. My mother's the type of person, she does not want anybody to help her. She don't want you cutting her grass. She don't want you messing around in her garden, her flowers. And she don't want to wait on nobody. Now, my oldest son is her baby. Like I say, he can kind of handle, and she'll wait on him. She'll wait on him till the cows come home. But she, he'll go out there and do some things for her. She don't mind. Like in front of her house, she have a drainage there, and she has to cut that grass, and he goes out there and cut it. Keep her from tumbling over out there. But she would cut it, and she leaves that for him. But he's had to threaten her a couple of times about it. She's just a lady that likes to do her own thing. I am so grateful I still have my mother, So I didn't mind buying her a tiller if that's what she wanted. It's always best to buy somebody something they want than what you think they want, ain't it? Wouldn't you agree with me on that? Because they may re-gift it. They may just re-gift it or put it in the closet like my mom does. And we'll tell you, I didn't want that thing. That's what you wanted to give me. Old folks don't mind what they say. I guess they feel like they've been here long enough, they're entitled. They say what's on their mind. I know my mother does. And she'll say, if I hurt your feelings, I didn't mean to. And it's always that but. She's going to tell you why she hurt your feelings. Like I say, I'm blessed to still have her. I don't have my father, but I'm blessed to have her. Wouldn't take nothing for her. Think we got a little spoil. Now, I'm not going to have to pay for that tiller all by myself. My kids will pitch in and pay for it, They're going to get their grandmama something for Mother's Day. birthday. They'll pitch in. They just wanted me to find what would make her happy. And the cheapest I could get it was $7.50. But I got 3 kids, so it's not gonna hurt us. Now, what you're gonna do is, you remember when we made that when we tacked this down on here with them big stitches? Well, you're gonna do this. You're gonna put it back together here. I'm gonna go for this end, and I'm going to pull it through. Now you see I'm not pulling. This is the binding. This is the bedding here. I'm gonna reach in here in between the 2 fabrics. I wanted somebody to see this because they would wonder how you do that. I'm gonna reach in there. I'm gonna put the batting on top so you can see it. That's the batting. That's the batting. And I'm reaching into the 2 fabrics. And I'm going to make sure you don't, the other one I just did a few minutes ago, I was watching the TV and had it all crooked. So make sure the batting stays on top. Reach in there as far as you want to. First you feel comfortable. And just pull it back out. Probably went too far. Showing out for y'all. Showing out for y'all. And pull it on through. And you reach back in there. And you can pull the rest of it through. See, it wasn't that hard to get it. To get it pulled through. Just want to keep that batting on the top there. You can pull it through. Usually I just pull it through. See, we got it through. That's all it is. We got our batting in the middle there. And it's a tube. And what I'm going to do, this is where I stitched it. I basted it down. So right here is where I'm going to line it up. Line it up. Make sure it's even there. So the white is on the back and the orange is on the front. And I will press it down again. Make sure all my binding is nothing's crooked there. I'll press it down. And the other end here, you see I don't have much there. And when I measured it a while ago, I wanted at least a 1/4 inch there, so I didn't have a lot up under my when I tack it on, when I sew it on. But when I measured it a while ago, it's actually 7 inches. It's exactly what I made the binding. So, that being said, it is what it is. But that's all you got to do, and I'm going to come back tomorrow. My daughter's out of town tonight. Cookie is, she's watching TV. She wanted to go to her bed and watch TV. But I haven't gave my grandson a bath yet. But I'm coming back tomorrow, and we're going to put this puppy on. She'll be here, and I won't have to be interrupted with the kids. So see, now we got our tube. We got the back. Can you see that? We got the back, and we got the front. All right, I'll be back with you guys tomorrow. Be blessed. Okay, everyone. I am putting this border on, and I realized, well, I pinned it this way purposely because I was going to sew it the other way, but when I come in here to sew it, it was better for me to have the border on the bottom of the quilt. So I got it all pinned down. Now all my pins are wrong, or they're facing me and they're on the bottom. But I can see them, so as long as I don't run out of them, it will stay pinned. But what I'm shooting for is right in the middle here, so I don't have a lot of bulk. And this, I got it set up so I will be a 1/4 inch And it's going to be a slow go. It really is. I should be a 1/4 inch on the back of my binding. And all that. And this is so it won't be thick. And then I'm going to come back. It's going to take me a minute to get these on. But I'm going to stitch this down twice. But I'm just kind of eyeballing it here. Which one good thing, I guess, is that I found me a guide. I'm going right in there. And of course, yeah, I got a seam going across there. Just stuck myself. Going across there. But, okay. Ain't gonna be the end of the world. And once the quilt is done, nobody even noticed that. I'll make sure I ain't bleeding on my quilt here. Once it's done and washed, nobody will never notice it. And before I tack down my little, these right here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do, I guess some checkerboard blocks on this border. And I got to do that before I tack down. I got to, whatever I'm going to do to this border, I got to do it before I tack it down. So, but I said I was going to show you how I'm going to connect this. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to miter these ends once I get the borders on. And this is my first time. And we all here together. Worst scenario, I had to take the board off, right? But we ain't gonna claim it. We ain't gonna claim it. We're gonna get it on here. And it's gonna be beautiful. Beautiful. It's just a logo, so. Just take your time, take your time. Anything worth doing, as my mom says, worth taking your time to do it. So. That's what I'm doing. I can't wait to get this puppy did. Let me check that. We're going to see how that's looking, y'all. How that's looking. You see it? And then you're going to fold it over. And one thing I should have did, you can see the difference. You can see the batting in there. And you can see a shadow of the orange. But I should have doubled my muslin, because that's muslin. But we're not going to worry about it. It's on there, and we're gonna keep it moving. I think in long terms, this quilt is made to be loved on, to be used. It will not be in the closet. And I think by the washing and handling it, you won't even ever pay that no attention. Ain't nobody. My family ain't gonna pay no attention to it, and it's to be passed on down with them. If they don't tear it up. My daughter is already feel like she didn't inherit it. Oh, I didn't get a, yeah, thought I got a skip stitch there. But I'm not using my walking foot. I probably should have. And I may put it, I don't know, the other day when I put my walking foot on, I was working on my daughter's quilt. I got some bad stitches. And then I took it off and unthreaded my machine and everything. But I don't know what it was doing. That may be off a little bit. I think I got carried away right there. One good thing I learned doing this, yeah, I can take that loose and put it back without taking the whole thing off. Got to keep my eye on the prize, y'all. But yeah, now I know that was a skip stitch. I'm going to have to take that out right there anyway. Because I got carried away. But yeah, I was getting some funky stitches there. I got a chair here. I got it on the table. It's a big mama. She's a big mama. So I gotta make sure I keep that slack off of it. Everybody doing all right today. I'm doing wonderful, wonderful well. My antibiotics are kicking in. I had to go get me some antibiotics. My doctor always fuss on me about not calling, at least calling in to get them. But then, you know, they say that, excuse me, when you're back there in the office, and then you call the reception and be like, you need to make an appointment or something. You know, they ain't gonna let you through like he makes it sound so easy. But we did have a little, drop something. We did have a little incident on one of my hard prescriptions because he had put me on one. I don't know why he does this. When I have a heart specialist, and my heart specialist, when I went to him, my blood pressure was like 80 over, God, some real low number. And so he checked my medications, and I was taking 2 hard medicines that can't be taken together. And so he took me off of what he was giving me and said, well, just take that one because that is the better one. And then the insurance was like, well, I need a prior authorization for this one. And so when I called the office, the reception told me they didn't have time to be doing that. I was like, I know she didn't. So I had to let him know I did not appreciate how your nurses is talking. You know, I mean, thank God my daughter works in insurance because she wouldn't at it. But you just think of some little old lady that don't have somebody to back her up. That little lady will die. And my doctor's not like that. I don't know what them women could have been thinking about. They knew they was going to get it. Make sure my daughter started taking names. All he could do was shake his head. They had embarrassed him so bad. And he said, don't feel some kind of way. I will get to the bottom of it. He's a good doctor. He's a real godly man. All of my doctors are, and I love them to death. They believe in God working on things. They don't put themselves above him, so I really appreciate that. I really like him. And he's my primary doctor, so I've been going to him a long, long time. In my little town, it's so small. Everybody know everybody. So, you know, it's nothing to see him out the Lowe's planting his garden. See him down at the sale barn getting his rich dirt. That's what we use, y'all, in flower beds. Some good rich cow manure, horse manure, whatever they selling at the sale barn at that time. That's what we go get, and it's free. And it does wonders for your flowers. And when I was a little girl, that's all my grandparents used. In all the gardens, the flower gardens, the watermelon patch, the garden. And that's why we wasn't sick all the time, because we knew what we were eating. But now you don't know. Just hoping that somebody's monitoring these people. Now, I'm probably going to have to take that out. That didn't mean, because I need to fold this if I'm going to miter it. But that's okay. We'll take it out. We'll worry about the ends when we get to the ends. Now, yeah, we're going to worry about the end when we get to the end. I'm not going to pull it over again because if I do, it's going to Be hard to get out. Now the proof is in the pudding. Let's see how it's gonna fit. How it's gonna fit. Can y'all see that? I'm just worried about all that pen is in there. Let me go down a little further so I can get a feel of it here. What I was really worried about, but when I made this, I made sure that I would at least, that's why I was trying to get that, border to be, to my batting, not to be right up under where I was going to stitch, because I didn't need that batting. I didn't need to be stitching on the batting. So, can y'all see that? Let me get her up here for y'all. Let me get her up here. I think she looks pretty good. Now, I'm going to have to tack all of these. I'm going to tack all these down, y'all. I'm going to have to tack them all down. But it looks good. Let's look on the back. Excuse me. And I didn't want this to look like, once I quilt this, you're not going to tell the difference. So there's the back of it. And as you can see, can you see that orange a little bit? But like I say, I think it's going to be okay. It just looks like it's a little lighter, a little darker. But I think it'll play well. It plays well. But that's it. And I'm going to put these borders on. Once I get them on, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna show you what I'm just gonna do straight lines, straight and horizontal line. Like a checkerboard. It ain't gonna be nothing fancy. But I may show you what I do a little bit. I think I showed you on my grandson's quilt that. But we'll be doing the miter ends on here and putting the label on, and she'll be finished. So I will see you guys in a minute. All right, I'm back. I just want to always look at you guys and let y'all see me. But we are getting the borders on here. Once I get the borders on, I will probably do a short video on showing you how I'm going to quilt it. Basically, I know I will show you how I'm going to tack it down, because I'm just going to kind of echo those down. I'm not going to do a lot of... Then, I could still later on, if I want to do, because I want to do some embroidery, I could still later on pull it out and do an embroidery in those triangles if I wanted to. That may not never happen. I ain't going to promise you it's going to happen. But I could do that. But anyway, I just wanted to get you guys set up. Next step, the update on that. And Cookies just started realized when she say, "Mama, I come." So she's in there screaming, "Mama," like she's dying. She's not, y'all. She's okay. I just come out of here. But anyway, I just want to give y'all that next step. And the next one will be, we're going to miner the corners. And I got to get my label up and put my label on. But I'm going to hand bind that on. And what else the next? That should be it, y'all. But I will show you how I'm going to quilt. And it's not going to take that long, because it's not all you quilting, is the borders and doing the echo and the triangle. So that shouldn't be so bad, because all that's on the edge, and you just got to have the room to lay the quilt. So that'd be pretty fair, pretty easy. And I could actually do the borders while I put them on. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because I have just attached that one. So I think the rest of the borders, I'm going to go ahead and do the quilting on them. And then once I get them attached, they will already be quilted. Look at that. Please see that light bulb? Come on. See, I'm not an expert. I just do it. Hey, it just comes as I do it, And sometimes it don't turn out, but at least you tried. But anyway, I am so excited. Thank you all. I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I am just delighted. I know it's still a little slow in the game, And some people would say, oh, she's excited of what? I'm excited that I am getting new subscribers. People are commenting on my videos. I'm feeling my community. And everybody, thank you for your information. I don't want anybody to get their feelings hurt. I appreciate every comment you give me. I do. I really do. But the borders I chose because I was so undecided. And orange is my color. But I was so undecided about what border. So I decided to ask you guys. And you guys came through. And so I chose the border that had the most likes. And that was the orange border. So I think they kind of wanted to make me happy anyway. You know, my subscribers on the slide, they was trying to make me happy because they knew I liked it. But I did like all the other borders, so I'm not going to say that. I liked all of them. But, you know, of course, orange will always win out. But I didn't want to overpower the quilt. And so everybody gave me their comments. Some people made me rethink, really made me doubt myself again. But I enjoyed every comment, and that's what I talk about. That's what a community is. Nobody should think that they're overstepping their boundaries. This is what we're here for, to learn from each other. So I really appreciate every one of you. And like I said, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all my new subscribers. And hit that like button. If you hadn't subscribed already, do so. You want to you want to support my channel, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, tell them all about us over here. We're just I want you to see that I'm not perfect at all. I am really learning as I go. In these videos, you will see my boo-boos and you will know how to handle them, or you may tell me how to handle them. So this is what my channel is about. It's just giving you the encouragement that if you're new and you want to quilt, it can be done. You just got to take your time and do it and not beat yourself up over your boo-boos. So anyway, I'm going to let you go, and I will see you guys next week. I hope everybody have a blessed day, blessed evening, and God bless you and your family, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.